All right, guys, we're going to start on character traits today. So character traits describe a character's personality. We know this. We're going to build our T-chart. Yesterday we discussed how we're adding a third column. I'm going to put characters here, trait here, and proof. Perfect. Okay, while we're listening to this new story today, which you've already heard, by the way, so we should be familiar with, I want you thinking about the trait and the proof from the story. Okay, here we go. It's called I Need My Monster. We're listening to a different reader today, but I'm going to stop the story and record some traits and characters on my T-chart. So I hope you're thinking with me.
Tonight, when I looked under my bed for my monster, I found this note instead. Gone fishing, back in a week, Gabe. What was I going to do? I needed a monster under my bed. How was I supposed to get to sleep if my monster was gone? I tried to sleep, but it wasn't the same without Gabe. I missed his ragged breathing, his nose whistling, the scrabbling of his uncut claws. How would I ever get to sleep without Gabe's familiar scary noises and his spooky green ooze? Oh, it was no use. Gabe would be gone for a week, and I just had to have a monster. I climbed quietly out of bed so my parents wouldn't hear me. Grown-ups have some strange ideas about monsters under beds. I knocked on the floorboards, then scrambled back under my covers. I waited nervously. Would a new monster appear? What would he be like? Would his snorting be as cheerful as Gabe's? When I heard some creaking under my bed, I knew that the substitute monster had arrived.
"Good evening," said a low, breathy voice. "My name is Herbert, and I will be your monster for the evening."
Herbert? What kind of a name is that for a monster? You don't sound scary at all. Have you ever scared a kid before?
Well, no, but I have read all the best books on the topic.
Do you have long teeth and scratchy claws? I asked.
No, but I have an overbite, and I'm a mouth breather. Listen.
Herbert's panting was kind of scary, but it wasn't enough for me. Listen, Herbert, I'm sorry. I just don't think this is going to work. It's nothing personal, but I really need a monster with claws.
Picky,
Herbert complained.
as you wish. I'll go.
There was some more creaking, then Herbert was gone. Some scratching warned me that a second monster had appeared. "Good evening," he said in a high, silky voice. "My name is Ralph. I understand you need a monster with claws. If you would please lean over, I will hold out an arm for inspection." I crouched on the edge of the bed, hoping to see a horrible, shaggy arm with sharp, ragged nails. Instead, I was surprised to see sleekly brushed fur with smooth, shiny claws. "Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude," I asked, "but is that nail polish on your claws?" "Yes, it is," Ralph replied. "I believe professional monsters should always be well groomed." I could tell this was not going to work either. "I'm sorry to disappoint you, Ralph, but I need a monster with scary claws, like Gabe's."
Good. So I'm going to pause the story. This monster's name is Ralph. Now, I know that Ralph has his or her brushed fur, and it's smooth. She has shiny claws, and she likes to keep her nails polished. So when I think of someone like that dresses nicely, keeps their hair done nice, has their nails painted, I like to think of them as the trait of glamorous. And the monster's name was Ralph. So Ralph is glamorous. Now, I'm starting my proof with the words in the story. Those are so important, you guys. That's how your reader knows it's from the story, not your head. In the story, Ralph paints her nails. Perfect. Okay, your job is to continue listening to this story, which I've linked on Canvas in the reading section, and then you're going to complete the T-chart with a new monster, just like Miss Johnson did. When you're done, you may read to self.